Hey, what's up everyone? This is Drew and I want to welcome you back to Learn How to See Better. And in today's episode, I'm just riding down the freeway, just me and my cell phone and my thoughts. And I was thinking about the next level. And I want to share a couple of thoughts about that because we all experience growth in our lives, whether we really think we do or not. And sometimes the growth is of a massive scale, like a young baby learning to crawl or learn to walk, right? The development associated with such experiences is pretty monumental, right? A human being doubling in size again and again is one of the marvel feats when you talk about the magnitude of change and reaching the next level. But the next level I'm talking about in this case has to do with more of adult life. And I was just thinking about different instances of the mixed feelings that can come with getting to or reaching the next level. And case in point, I was thinking about, most recently, just in business, the way that I'm striving to reach new goals in my business. I'm striving to reach new goals in my health and fitness. And, all of these experiences are well and good. But what you find is as you start to invest in yourself and you start to, improve your skill set and enhance your overall essence, your overall being, what you can find is some of the frustrations that come from reaching the next level. So let me break it down like this. I think back to, back when I was a kid, you'd be playing, any kind of video game, right? And all you ever wanted to do was beat the bad guy at the end or get past the big jump or whatever task was at hand. And then you would reach the next level. You save the princess, you jump over the obstacle, whatever it is, you reach the next level and it's like, wow, all of the skills that you developed up into this point have put you in a position where you can compete at the next level of the game. Congratulations. But I remember it was like one of the most defeating things is, you're playing, I don't know, Super Mario Brothers and you get to, from level 1-4 to world 2-1, or you beat one level and you go on to the next. And what you instantly find is that next level is hard at the beginning. It's extremely difficult compared to the level before it. And you almost feel as though, man, I'm at the bottom of the totem pole all over again, just trying to get up there. It kind of reminds me of, being an 8th grader, right? You're the king of the campus of middle school, but then no sooner than you graduate and set foot on that high school campus, you're a lowlife again, so to speak. You're at the bottom of the totem pole. Everyone's bigger than you, stronger than you, from a rank and, from the pecking order, you're pretty far down there. But you're at the next level. You're in high school. You're not a middle schooler. You're not in elementary school. You're at the next level. And so sometimes we have to remind ourselves that when we reach the next level, or we can feel ourselves essentially graduating symbolically from where we're at today and whatever we're doing, we have to keep in mind that on the next level, it should be expected that we find difficulty, that we find challenge, that we find the next level to be maybe harder than the current level that we were just on. I'm sure you could talk to many a college athlete, playing football that is extremely good at their level, but then all of a sudden the guy that was, the quickest but a little bit too small is really getting lit up at the next level, or the guy that was big and strong but not quite as fast as he needed to be just can't keep up at the next level, where everyone's faster, everyone's bigger, everyone's stronger. So when you think about the next level, understanding that we have to continually grow and we should expect difficulty at the next level. I remember when I was in high school and first starting to, get my weight up and start to work out and lift weights. And, there was always this rule of, the bench press, where you really started to kind of compete was at the 225 pound mark. That's when you got 2 45-pound plates on each side, the Olympic bars, 45 pounds, you got 225 pounds on the bar. And so for the NFL guys, they'd have this drill where, they're counting reps. What's your strength and power? How many reps can you do of 225? But what you find is, in high school, to be able to bench 225 pounds for, most kids is a feat in and of itself, because, it's not a lot of 200-pound guys running around in most cases, right? So what you find is if you can get to the point where you bench press 225 pounds and you're just at that level, that's your 1 rep max, just to go to 230 or 235, only a 5-pound increment might feel like the world. You slap on 235, just a 5 on each side beyond those 2 big wheels, and oh boy, we are in deep water, right? And so what you find is even though you're on the next level, it's not that you all of a sudden just walk on water and everything is a cakewalk. You find that your journey has really, in many instances, just begun, right? You've just begun the journey to 3 plates. Going back to that NFL example, the math and the science behind, basically being able to translate the number of repetitions you can do at 225 pounds is going to directly correlate to, what your 1 rep bench max is supposed to be. And, it might not be a perfect calculation, but in a lot of instances, it works out well. So they would say if you could do 225 pounds 10 times, that means you could do 235 9 times, 245 8 times, and so on and so forth. So if you can put it up for 10 reps, you could probably do 315 pounds, which is 3 big wheels on each side for a 1 rep max, approximately. But take that as an example, and when you think about the next level, and all of a sudden, as you're striving to get to the next level, there's a certain humbleness that you have to have while you're on this new current level. If you're at the 225 pound mark on the bench press and now you can do it 1 rep, 2 rep, 3 repetitions, that's well and good. You're growing, progress, salute. But the fact of the matter is you are not anywhere near to the point where you ought to slap a 3rd big wheel on each side and go for it, because you're not even close. Until you get to the point you're doing 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 reps is really where you want to get to a more realistic starting point to even start thinking about that next level. So it's about mastery of that current level, that current tier, right? So you may feel plateaued in some portion of time while you're mastering the new level, but don't fret. It's just a gateway to the next level after that. And so I share that just to say that we all have to have patience with our own success, patience with the pace of progress, and patience with the plateaus that come with progress in a progressive set of efforts in your life. And whether you're trying to, break a 6-minute mile, a 5-minute mile, maybe you're trying to break a 4-minute mile, right? If we're talking about running and athletic conditioning, at each level and each milestone along the way, you're going to have that struggle, that bit of time that it takes to master where you're at currently before you can realistically take a shot at the next level beyond. No different than climbing a mountain or any other feat that you find yourself pursuing in life. So I wanted to take that moment to be some encouragement, because what I find in my own experience is that when I'm out there grinding and trying to invest in myself and consume the information and work with the experts that can help me better implement the actions I want to take in my life to reach my goals, there's some patience involved, and there's some progress that we have to be satisfied with, because you're not just all of a sudden going to, be at the top of the mountain of everything you've ever wanted to do. You have to understand that as you ascend, there are different checkpoints that you want to be able to recognize for your own well and good being, but then also to be able to have a sense of reality around when you accept where you are as you progress to where you want to go. So for any of you out there grinding and hustling and trying to take it to the next level, don't get too frustrated when you start to see signs that show you've arrived at the next level. It's supposed to get difficult now, but it's got to be hard before it gets easier, and it's got to be easier before it's easy. And then once you've mastered it, congratulations, you're ready to move on, because that's the purpose of learning, is mastery. And that's when you're able to execute without any kind of conscious effort or use of your resources. So take that for inspiration for the day, and go forth and conquer, and share this with someone that it might pertain to them as they look to progress to the next level. And I can't wait to see you on the next level. Until next time, thanks for joining.